Greetings, my V family all over the planet. Firstly, let me officially announce how much I miss you guys, that I don't think all of you could have fitted into this arena where we just finished day one of VCon. One people, one planet, one purpose. It's 3 in the morning. We just sent back 16,000 warriors after listening to our visionary mentor, upline Dato Sri Vijay, speak about everything and sharing with them about what his definition of one people, one planet, one purpose war is. It was simply unbelievable. And before that, Japa and Dato went up to share their story, and before that we had the most amazing welcome show in the history of 20 years of having VCon. Thanks to the hard work of a lot of people who helped me put it together. But as I was listening to Dato Sri, listening to Japa speak, I realized that it's easy for us to forget what makes us different. I think there is so much talk that we belong to the network marketing industry, that we are members of this, members of that, and we are following some form of compliance or some form of similarity with the industry or companies in the industry. But today, after listening to the founders speak, I understand why I am still here after 20 years. Alright? I've made a lot of money, thanks to Dato Sri and my mom, God bless her soul, alright, who guided me through this journey, and I made a lot of money. And I ask myself every time, what's driving me today? What's driving us as an organization, as QNet, as the V? And I realize this. I think the fact what's driving us today is because as much as we say we are not, we are rebels. That from the day Dato Sri Vijay and Japa started this company, we decided not to comply with status quo. And I chose and keep choosing to live my life to challenge status quo as much as you must. Because you see, if you become an IR, there are many types of IR in the company. Alright? Those who just go with the flow, those who just try their best to make some money, alright, and get their purchase price back and make a little bit of pocket change and a little bit of money to buy something nice. And then there are those who come in, who defies all logic, doesn't accept any limitation, alright, challenges sometimes their uplines, downlines, even the company, and these people are willing to push themselves at the cost of being an enemy of the state, I would say. You understand? At the cost of not being the most popular guy or girl, alright, in the whole company or organization. And these people, I've seen them over 20 years. And these are the people who chose to be rebels. And I know the word rebel sounds like, you know, a guy with a gun shooting people, but no. I think society today hasn't changed. That rebels fought against tyranny. Rebels fought against wrongdoings of dictators and everyone else. Alright, it was like a rebellion. Alright, against some form of status quo that was unfair to the people in that community or state. I believe in network marketing, there's two types of networkers. Those who coast along and inshallah make some money, or lucky enough to find Arun on the left, Sati on the right, and then below that David and Adli, alright, and they max out without practically doing anything, good karma. Then there are people who are doing networking, not only because of the money, not only because of the fact that they become independent, but because they want to challenge status quo. They want to challenge the fact that you should not die with the only aspect of your journey being the fact that you went to work and came back home. That nobody is destined to die poor. That nobody is destined to die a nobody. That as long as you stand up to the status quo, as long as you fight back, as long as you become a rebel and fight against that core logic that you were brought up with and you live with for so many years, and not worry about what people think of you, what people say about you, as long as you're willing to fight at the risk of your reputation and the relationships, but you're fighting for something that is right, that you're fighting for something that you believe in. And when I look back 20 years ago in 1998, when I first met the founders when they started this company, I realized they were not entrepreneurs. They were not direct sales dreamers. I don't think their dream was to build a network marketing company. When I look back today, listening to them speak on this stage right behind me, I connected with them. I understood them, almost like I was there 20 years ago. They were rebels. They refused to comply with what the world expected from them. They refused to comply from what their family members and closest friends expected them to be or expected them to do. They decided to take the biggest risk in life, that is to be a rebel. Because throughout history, rebellions have been very successful, but they don't tell you about all the unsuccessful rebellions. They don't tell you about the unsuccessful rebels, and people don't remember the rebels. There are no names, there are no titles, there's nothing. There's just one guy who woke up that morning and said, I will not take this shit anymore. And he fought back. Now that I'm talking about wartime, I'm talking about tyranny and dictatorship. But here in network marketing, I still think that is what drives us. That is what makes QNet and the V different. I don't think any of us wake up tomorrow morning and cry and beg the Lord to help us be embraced by the community and the industry. All right, we have been criticized, we have been vilified, we have been attacked, we have been spat on almost daily by some governments, some countries, some moronic media, some social media, activists who has no brains and no knowledge of facts at all. I think we are proud of the fact that we are rebels. And the danger of being a rebel like you and me, all right, is that when you actually start to comply with status quo after a while, that the battle becomes long and painful and dirty and bloody, right? And you surrender to the enemy. And today I look at these two great men, Dato Sri Vijay and Japa. They're rebels who never surrendered to that enemy called status quo. They were laughed at, they were criticized, people abandoned them, best friends became disloyal, but they never stopped being a rebel. Right? And today rebels come in Canali, Armani suits. Today rebels, alright, can speak, okay, as fine as a, Goldman Sachs banker. Today rebels have become a new breed of people. And if you want to be successful in QNet, if you want to make a difference, if you really want to become financially free, as Dato said, if you really want to make a difference in the world, raise yourself to help mankind, it starts with you deciding to be a rebel. Because if you really want the world to remember you, if you really want to make a significant amount of money to the point that it blows your mind, you can't do it with a remote compliance with the status quo. You have to be a rebel. And you have to be a damn good rebel. You got to be that rebel who wins that war. Alright? And your war is not with a person, it's not with an institution, it's not with an organization. It's against status quo. So a lot of people ask me, Chief, why do you live like this? You know me. Alright? I say all the wrong things. I say what I feel. I don't care of the consequence. I know the answer now. Because Padman Senathirajah is a rebel who never stopped fighting against status quo, who never stopped fighting against what the world expected from him, what the people closest expected from him, He fought for what he believes in. Right? He had a great general. He has a great general called Dato Sri Vijay, who I think is one of the greatest rebels of all time. And if you truly want to be a max out queen, a max out king, it's not about how well you know the business. It's not how well you embrace the network marketing industry. It's not about how well you understand your own ability, or how fast you build an organization, or what system you follow, or how many events you attend. It starts with that core question: are you a rebel or not? Because if you're not, status quo is going to steal your dreams. If you're not, the closest people to you are going to beat you flat on the war field. If you're not a rebel, you will not be able to inspire other rebels. Alright? People don't want to follow somebody who says, let's comply. Let's follow the rules. Let's listen to everyone before we act. Then, your chances of being a max out king or queen is slim. People want to follow somebody who says, hey, find your dream and do whatever it takes to get it. We will fight and fight and fight and get knocked down, but we will get up again. And that's what I realized today. I realized that it's not 16,000 warriors. Warriorship comes after deciding to be a rebel. That means you go the other way. 10 people say A, you say B. Alright, 200 people say orange, you say purple. 200,000 people say it doesn't work, you make it work. And if 2 people tell you, I want to be a rebel too, then you just started a journey to max out, guys. So this VCon 2018 April in Malaysia, I dedicate it to the rebels. Every single upline, every single one of you who took that leap of faith, who fought against status quo, who quit your job, who told your boss to buy a kite and go and fly it, who went against the better wishes of your family, alright, who tolerated and embraced laughter from complete strangers, rejection from morons who were broke and still didn't want to say yes. Right? To the Google articles, to every media house who wrote something negative about us, to every government authority who chose to attack without understanding and embracing and putting regulation for direct sales. This VCon is a tribute to you for fighting back. Because if we choose not to fight, then I'll be sitting in an empty arena for the next 5 days. But we have 16,000 people here and millions around the world. Because you chose to fight. You chose to be a rebel. You chose to be different. You chose the path of highest resistance. You chose the lonely and painful road. And I promise you, if you're consistent and you keep fighting and you don't give in to status quo, you'll be on that stage right behind me telling your story one day. So to all my rebels around the world, I love you guys so much. Don't stop fighting. Max out will fall on your lap as long as you believe in what you're fighting for. And we made this jacket which we're selling at this VCon, and I want you to see it. Alright? I don't know whether you can. I'm coming to the camera. Alright? This is the jacket. Can you see it? Yes, Mike? This jacket, guys, is a tiger. It represents our ferocity, our passion, our ability, our agility, alright? Our roar of power, the way we protect our turf, our family. This is who we are. We are ultimately unbelievable rebels who have the heart and strength of a tiger. So I love you guys. I miss you. You should be here. Make sure you come for the Dubai VCon. All rebels, this VCon. Everything I do the next 5 days is dedicated to you. Keep on fighting. I am with you.